Hello there everyone, how's it going? Mac the Tomato right here. Welcome back to Transport Fever. This is episode 5 of our playthrough here where we're just doing free game, nice and chill, nice and relaxed. At the end of the last episode, and indeed the last session, we upgraded our train on the Three Towns West network. So plenty of people on board that. Hopefully that's going to get some heavy use over the next few years, which would be really nice. Yeah, we've got 30 people looking to go the other way, so that's good. I'm hoping that train's going to be that little bit faster as well. It's not going to be much faster, but yeah, a little bit quicker. So it's not going to make that much difference on that front, but it's got a massively increased capacity, so we should be doing pretty good here. Three Towns West still has a lot of people over here at Cheshire, but then all of this lot is going to be able to be picked up by this one train. So yeah, that's going to be a significant number of people. So straight away this train is going to make a decent amount of money, which is rather good for us. Also it still fits very nicely on this platform as well, so that's pretty good. There we go, so 1 million straight off the bat out of that train there, and that wasn't even half full. So if that's the way it's going to be, then excellent. Okay, achievement earned, crowd in train. We've got at least 100 people on a train, that's fabulous stuff. Good. Racking up some achievements as well, which is good. How's this train doing here? Yeah, there's 32 people on that. That's pretty good. There's still 27 people waiting here, which is very nice. So yeah, this particular train is now making some good money as well, so that's okay. And again, as we've discussed before, there might actually be a potential opportunity to possibly increase the capacity on that train as well. Whole host of people have just been dumped off here. So this particular bus is probably going to be in fact it will be full when it goes around. Yeah, there's lots of people there, so the bus makes a really awkward turn, and then we'll pick up all those people. So yeah, running 2 buses on this route now is fully justifiable. We have enough passenger traffic coming in through the train station now that is definitely a good thing. We should be able to see that in the menu here. Yeah, Cheshire Central, that's making money. This other one's making a killing as well. So yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. We may have to start possibly thinking about replacing some of these initial buses here at some point, which might be a thing, but for now we're okay. Those buses have a lifespan of about 35 years, but I tend to like changing them after about 20, just because after a 20-year-old bus is pretty damned old. So, but if buses are really starting to go wrong, we do get prompts that tell us that buses are starting to cost a lot more money. So. Right, we've got the other one coming around over here. How many people are waiting here? So yeah, people are still going to be left behind here, but we could theoretically run a 3rd bus, but at that point I think there's going to be a lot less capacity, and some of them are going to be running possibly a little bit empty as they go around some of these estates here. So that is, that's definitely possible that could become a major issue if we're not careful. Is this place here? That's a goods factory. Okay. We haven't really looked at the industry, and I'm not sure we will. I don't know, maybe we might consider looking at the industry. Here comes the TGV, again, which is not full, but that's okay, because it means that we're moving a lot of passengers around quite fast, so that's okay, and obviously people will pay a premium for speedy services as well, which is another benefit to running that TGV. We don't need the big TGV running on this route, currently anyway. There may come a point where we might consider upgrading it, but at the moment, that's not necessary. Interestingly, I think these two here, this is going to join up here, so this might start filling in, which might be quite nice, which might prompt another bus service to be run around here. Yeah, it's very, very possible at some point, but we'll look into that when the time comes. We're making good money already out of this route. Yeah, Cramlington is also looking relatively similar. There's also a lot of people at these stops. There's a lot of people at these stops. We might want to start running some more buses on this route. And I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop in. Let's buy another couple of these because it's going to make money. So oh, I didn't need to do that. That was silly. Right, so let's pop in another bus on this route because we need to start picking up these people. It's piling up at these stops. Oh yeah, they go the other way. That's very annoying. That's a little bit irritating that they actually go all that way around that. Yeah, that's not brilliant. I probably should have done that a little bit better. But let's release the other one here. It's probably going to be very close to that one there. Yeah, I might just wait until it's left there a little bit, because there is a bit of a gap between this bus and that one, so I'll be able to release it a little bit further in here. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap there, and there's also a bit of a gap between that one and this one coming in here, so let's release that just as it hits that stop there. That'll do, let's drop it in there. So that's, yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, so we've got another couple of buses on the route. I doubt it's going to make that much difference to these long queues here. Because there's still, yeah, look at them, there's so much money being made here, which is great. But yeah, we're leaving behind rather a lot of people. These stops, I might have to reposition the road depot here. Yeah, there's still a big gap between that one and that one as well. So I'm actually going to go ahead and grab another bus as well. So let's purchase another one of these. Yeah, because there's a gap there. Somehow there's a massive gap that's coming here. So we'll fill that in as well. So again, wait till that bus hits that stop right there. Yeah, there's a huge gap here, very, very big gap. So let's just drop that bus in there. So there, that will circle back around, and hopefully that won't be quite so. Yeah, there's another one coming in over here. Okay, yeah. So just running a couple of extra buses on that route is probably going to be worthwhile. Technically, you could probably look at this and go, well, maybe we should now start running a train here, and that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to just pinch a quick train in over this way. But I'm quite happy with it to be bus at the moment. I've not got an issue with that. So over time we might want to consider the notion that there's going to be so many passengers that we might as well just run a train. So that is certainly a thing. Right, okay, so we've obviously got our little train running over there. We could potentially look at maybe connecting up over here to Ipswich and subsequently up to Darwin, because that's relatively flat. But we could also maybe look at going from Fareham across here to Halifax and Basingstoke, which we've kind of got a little bit of a setup already for that. Okay, yeah, let's look into this then. So let's see. We've got a road that just pops in down here. That's not a particularly busy road. Where is the residential here? It's primarily on this western side, which is actually kind of good because that's almost where, in fact, that is where we're going to be putting the train station. So we're going to go with 240 meters. We're going to go high speed, and I think I might just dump it in on the end here, to be honest. Probably going to be fine. I think there's going to be justification for running a bus around Halifax as well, just a small one. And we can connect this road up here and run a bus around in sort of a loop there, which might be quite a good idea. Might not make that much money, but I definitely think there's a justification for running a bus there. Right, so for some reason it's no longer scrolling over this way. What the hell's going on here? Right, I'm using the arrows, but oh, that's actually really annoying. Right, okay. So yeah, it's no longer scrolling when I hit the edge of the screen. That's really irritating. I cannot stress how annoying that is. Right, so we need to firstly upgrade the existing track here to be high speed, like that. And then we need to start building this. So we're not that bothered about the track necessarily being with the marine side of it, because there's no ability to run ship. Well, there probably is, but we're not looking to run ships along here. So if I select, yeah, we can do the slightly more expensive bridge, but it allows the speed to be kept up, which is obviously what I'm after here. Right, yeah, for some reason I can no longer. Alright, a little bit of an uphill stretch there, but that's okay. We can sort of dig that out a little bit there. Yeah, we're going to have to make a sharp turn at the top there, which is not brilliant. We also have to, well, we don't have to, but we're going to choose to build a tunnel here underneath that stretch as well, which is not the most ideal thing in the world. But if I can keep the speed up here, then this won't be too much of a problem. So the speed is high. So we can sort of curve this around here, which is what I'm looking to do. So There we go. Right, let's destroy the road. And hopefully we can. Yeah, so the speed will drop a little bit there, but I'm hoping that we're going to be all right with that. We want small country road, and then we're sort of going to lift it up and curve it like that, basically. So we'll build like a curved bridge, and then just complete that there, essentially. So, I keep forgetting. Right, so how is this gonna... It's probably gonna slow it down a fair bit here, but like... still... Might still be able to... Yeah, it's not too bad. It's still well over 100 miles an hour, but then it's going to be a tighter bend in here, so... Like, if I do that, yeah, it goes right down to 82. Yeah, but that's one of those things. There's not a lot we're going to be able to do about that. So, let's destroy that. And make sure we... There we go, just curve that in a little bit better so we allow for a suitable bridge to be built. Rather like that. And then join it in to the end there, basically. Okay, excellent. So that's the first step of that track. So yeah, it is fast. It's awkwardly sort of curved as it goes into Halifax, but the notion is that we can then sort of go more or less. I know that's a hill, so we'll probably have to tunnel there. We might be able to cut through here, but either way, yeah, there's a fair amount of hills to get to Basingstoke, but we might be okay. Okay, so the residential is primarily at the top. So if we build a terminal station, maybe just at the end of this road is probably going to be okay, if anything. Unless we maybe do something slightly different. So let's grab a medium street, and let's curve it around there like that. And then build the station. Might just service a few more people. Right, so if we build it there. Like that. That should be okay. Now, the big question obviously is about this hill. That is a huge tunnel. We might be able to, like, because if it's coming out here, we might be able to build, I don't know, for maybe a little bit cheaper. So it's still on, yeah, but that's also slower. So we might be able to build a track that's actually it's going to be a lot more expensive, but it will be faster. So if I were to build a massive stretch of track, that basically somewhere like that. So it bridges here, tunnels here, and then bridges here. So it's, you know, it's a long stretch of track, 2 million, it's a lot, but at the same time it's all flat and it's all really fast. And then it will just join in over here, so we can join these two together. So if we bulldoze probably all of that, to be quite honest, and then select from here, yeah, that is all 186 miles an hour, which is, yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so that means that that is now a very fast route. Good. Okay, now we can retake this. It's a long bridge, but that's okay. Now it's obviously only leading to an industry, but at the same time, if we do decide to take advantage of some of this industry, that is a quarry, so that, you know, there's potential to maybe make steel or stone. Stone is into it's goods, isn't it? I can't remember. Where you use stone. No, I can't actually remember at all. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Yeah, you use it to make bricks. That's it. Yeah, you use it to make construction material. That's correct. Along with slag. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Basingstoke. Is there a justification for running a bus there? Possibly. But at the moment, I think we're okay with just that route. So we'll set up a route from Fareham across to Halifax and subsequently Basingstoke. So if we go line manager, We're going to call this the Three Towns. Ooh, yeah, lovely. Okay. Three Towns East. There we go. We're going to call it that. We obviously have to make the line red because we've done that with the rest of them. So we start... no, not there. We do not start there. We start here. Then we head over here to Halifax, down to Basingstoke, and then back. Okay, fabulous. Right. So do we want a high-speed train? Do we want, like, I don't think we want a TGV. I'm not sure we're going to need a TGV for this route. That might be a bit too much, but we could probably go with one of the long trains like we have over here with this one, Three Towns West. There's still a lot of people. Although we might not need to build it up to 165 straight away. We can maybe get away with just going up to 132 or something similar. We could probably get away with that. So, yeah, okay, so that is just about full, which is great. A full train going up there is almost exactly what we want. Okay, so this train will then undoubtedly, obviously, it will join in here and it will probably go up that way. Okay, let's purchase a train then. So we're going to go the train depot over this way. We're going to go down to the bottom. Now we could also get one of these. The interesting thing there, though, is that actually costs. Oh, it's a little bit cheaper than the TGV. Not quite as quick, but also has a bigger outset capacity. But it costs a lot more to run than the commuter train here. But we could just purchase one of these and just, it's got 122 already, so we could just purchase one of these and basically say, there we go, let's leave it at that. Costs a lot of money to run a year though, 3.47. So it's almost a middle ground between the commuter train here and the TGV. Does it look cool if I go with red? Sort of. Yeah, that might be interesting. Let's go with it. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to purchase this one here. And we're going to start by running that on the Three Towns East route. And see how we go. It might not make a lot of money initially, but I think eventually it will do. So we can also very easily add double-decker cars to it as well if we wanted to. But straight away it's got a capacity of 122. So it's a similar capacity to the commuter train plus another double-decker car. It's also a shorter train, so it's probably like it probably actually crams people in around. But then it's a double-decker, so I don't know. Let's give it a go and see what happens with it, basically. So initially there won't be that many passengers, but yeah, we will support the this train here with a bus. We're definitely going to do that. So let's go with the medium street here. I'm just going to join these two together, and I might run it all the way around the back over that way. So yeah, let's go with buses. So we'll get a stop there, there. We'll have a stop over the back there. And then we'll do the thing again where we have two stops for the train. And then we'll have another stop in there like that. That's going to be pretty much okay. We'll build another road depot. It's like a slightly more local one. Let's build it at the end there. That'll be okay. That's fine. And then we need to set up a line. So this is Halifax. So if we go line 1. So this is Halifax Central. Oh yeah, Halifax Serial. That's not quite what I had in mind. Halifax Central, that'll do. We'll make it into the light blue colour. Hello! Okay everybody, I am back. I have to thank my wonderful Katie for reminding me that I needed my Christmas hat on, because, you know, it's Christmas. Yeah, I didn't put my Christmas hat on at the start of the session. That's terrible. So, Halifax Central, we need to add all of the stops. Now, I believe, have I correctly positioned these? I feel like I put some of these on the wrong side of the road, but no, I don't think I have. So let's run this one over here. And then obviously we need to make the two stops there. Did I do that correctly? I might not have done. There we go. Select that one. Okay, and then North Road number 6 needs to be offload only. Okay, let's get the simulation running again. Excellent. Okay, and then I'm going to do a similar thing as to what I did with Cheshunt and all the rest. I'm just going to go ahead and purchase one bus, and it's going to be the big 25 capacity passenger one, and just run that on that route, basically, and see how it does. Now, the hope is that it might actually, because most of the residential stuff is over on this side where the station is anyway, but what I'm hoping is people from, say, Basingstoke or Fareham end up getting jobs in some of the industries that are over here. Then they'll come in over here and obviously come in on the train, they'll then wait here for the bus and then go and travel on the bus. Very similar to how Cheshunt works, but on a slightly smaller scale, is basically what I'm trying to get at there. There's already some people here, so they want to go via Fareham. That's fine. There's actually a good number of people coming in there, so hopefully this route will build up to be relatively busy. Has this good train got anybody on? No, it hasn't currently, but it will do very, very soon. And there are already some people waiting here, so that's good. I don't think there's quite enough justification for a bus over here at Basingstoke just yet, but I think as the town grows and maybe grows a little bit out this way a little bit more, there probably is going to be reason to put a bus in. But currently, I can't really see any financial benefit to that currently, especially where we put the train station in the residential area. There's no point in doing that. Is there a food processor around here? No, there isn't. Okay, I was thinking because there's 2 farms here, we might be able to run some food to a food processor and perhaps deliver some food. Oh, it's all the way up there. I was thinking about maybe servicing, if there was a possibility, maybe servicing some of the places here with food. I'm not really diving into the industry very much in this particular one. Obviously, if I had Industry Tycoon, which is one of the mods, then I probably would be running a hell of a lot of this industry, because there is so much money in hauling the industry stuff as well. There's so much money in it. It is very worthwhile to do it, but in this particular playthrough, I barely touched the industry at all, which is interesting. There's also a whole load of oil here, so if I had the Industry Tycoon, I'd be building the oil refinery and perhaps supplying some of the industries with fuel, which would be obviously a great money maker as well. So okay, it's looking pretty good. Alternatively, we could maybe supply some plastics over this way at the chemical plant is another possibility. So, yeah, the industries aren't particularly well spaced out here. Yeah. The industries aren't particularly well spaced out here. Like all of the forests are down at the south here, for example, and yet the lumber mill. Well, theoretically, we could definitely run track over there to the lumber mill. But then, yeah, down here I suppose, because that takes, is that lumber? No, that's coal and iron. So yeah, it's not decent enough here to take good advantage of the industry. They're sort of dotted around all over the place. I suppose there's oil and fuel right here, so that could be a potential thing. Going with oil and into fuel here, and then joining up to Cheshunt to supply the industries in Cheshunt with fuel. Which might be an interesting thing to do. That could well work out rather. It's just a straight line. Actually, that's a nice quick one. Of course, we wouldn't be making any of the actual oil here, but we'd definitely be making fuel, and that would be relatively separate to the rest of this as well, providing that this road is flat. So if I were to build a yeah, see that is so if I'm to do this, I'd like to curve it around a little bit better like that. So if I were to do, like, say that, and then continue this road to then join in over there, it's probably going to work out relatively okay, in my opinion. So let's. That's the wrong one. Let's set this up. So we'll go with just a road depot. I don't know, somewhere in the middle will probably be fine. And then we'll go with some truck stations. So let's build one there. Now the irritating thing for me is that you can't plot multiple truck stations at the same time. I really hate that you can't do that. You have to open it up and Yeah, it does annoy me a little bit that you have to do that. You have to go back into the menu and open it up again. So let's double check. Yeah, so all the industries are over here. So positioning a truck stop there is the most ideal thing, because that services just about that whole area, and if that row were to ever join up and industries were to build in there, we'd probably be able to service that as well. So there is a fair amount of possibility here. And then basically we're going to set up a line manager here. So let's go with black because it's oil. Let's go with Cheshunt Oils. Oh wow, okay. Cheshunt, there we go, Oils Limited. That'll be fine, and we'll go with black because oil in general is black. I will heavily stress that it is not always black. Okay, fab. So we can just do that basically, like a nice, just very simple route. And I think initially we just need to run one Arctic. Now, one thing that you can do with the mods and stuff like that, because this Arctic takes oil, but you wouldn't transport oil in something like this unless you were putting them into drums, I suppose. Maybe you can imagine that maybe it's drummed oil, I suppose. You can imagine that, but let's make a black one, and I'll start off with, let's start off with 2. That'll be okay. Again, I did that thing where I accidentally closed the... And yeah, let's just start running trucks along here. So where is it going to go? It is actually going to go over to the oil field to start with. Oil well, sorry, my mistake. So maybe what we should do is by the time the truck comes back to here, we should release the next one. Because it's quite a short route, so depending on how much we produce, they're probably not going to need that many trucks running along here. Yeah, I doubt we'll need too many trucks because it is a relatively short route. But then it depends, because if the production starts going through the roof, like it has over here at the food processor down here, it's absolutely through the roof. Like we got 5 Arctics on that particular route, and that's not enough. So yeah, you could definitely argue that. Yeah, right. So there is actually some oil there, and so already it's picked up a good batch there, which is really rather nice. Okay, so we can release this one. So we'll do that as well. And probably 2. Do we think 2 is going to be enough? Yeah, 2 is going to be enough to start with. But again, we can go back to the route and add trucks as we go along. So that wouldn't be too much harm at all. Excellent. Okay. There's a lot of people here. That's a busy station, which is as expected. That was what we wanted it to be. So yeah, 2 is going to be alright to start with. But then as production starts kicking in, we're going to need more. Definitely going to need more. So Fairham, what do we got here? You've actually got a few people on 3 towns east, but not that many at the moment. Unless the train has only just left. Which it has. So, is there anybody on this? 16. Okay, so it's getting there. It's starting to pick up a little bit, and I'm hoping that eventually it's going to pick up a fair bit more. So no doubt that train is losing money. In fact, Fairham Central bus service is losing money. That's interesting to say. Yeah, so that train is losing money, although it's not losing as much as I thought it would be. And then Halifax Central, of course, only just set that up. So, but I'm very interested to see if the Fairham Central is losing money. That is rather interesting. Okay, no, maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe... Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things. But the other thing that we got now as well is people will come up here to Fairham, and people will get off here and they will change trains and they will change platforms to go over to the other line if they need to. So let's watch this here. So, whole load of people... Yeah, so it's just... I don't know how many people it dropped off, that's the thing. But yeah, there's a good number... This is ticking up here slowly. So chances are what might be going on is people will be coming up from Bingham and they'll come in here to Fairham and then they'll switch platforms and go over. And that might be what was happening there because that was ticking up relatively fast. In fact, that is what's happening, yeah. So people want to now go to Halifax. So, yeah, that is exactly what's happening. People are connecting trains, which is what we want to be seeing. So then that's obviously going to generate more traffic for this line. So hopefully that will happen. So yeah, there's a good number of people waiting there now. There's also a relatively decent number waiting here as well. So how many did that pick up? 16. Okay, so yeah, it will get busier. It will definitely get busier. So at the moment it's fine. And we can leave it at that. We're making enough money on the other routes that we can afford to operate at a loss for a while on that route, but eventually we will need it to obviously to do better. Okay, so now that we've got a bit more cash here as well, I'm thinking maybe we could connect up to Colchester and Potter's Bar and run a train up there, and then we want to run a train from Cheshire to Ipswich up to Darwin. And then possibly from Darwin, we could maybe say, let's run a small train that goes between Darwin, Painswick and Manchester. And it might be also relatively interesting to run a train from Halifax up here as well. Like a little short train from, maybe we run a short train from Halifax to Painswick and leave it there. And then just have a train that runs from Cheshire to Ipswich to Darwin to Manchester and do the 4 along that route, which could be good. And we can make that into a TGV. Like, that could be a fast train going between those, because there's 4 places to stop at, so that'll need to be a quick train. So we could maybe do that instead. So if we run like a short train from Halifax up to Painswick, that might be okay. That might be a thing to do. Like similar that we did with Harpenden over here, just a little short route that runs out that way. That might be a good idea. I think we'll wait for the traffic to build up on that line first before we do that. That's going to need to be, yeah, the traffic's going to need to build up there. So the first thing we're going to need to do here then is we're going to need to upgrade the track on the outside here to be high speed, because this is going to be another one of those faster routes. So we can upgrade that to high speed. Yeah, some Colchester, and then, yeah, so we'll do that. I haven't quite decided what train I want on this route yet, but right, so if we, yeah, so we can maybe make this not so slow. Yeah, so we could do that, which is an expensive route. So initially, back in a few previous episodes, I considered building a massive tunnel here. But I think actually what we could do is just make a long curvature. And that'll be okay. Fairly confident that's going to be fine. So it does dig into that hill, but yeah, we could probably make a tunnel or something here, because this is rough here. But also I haven't built the station. Okay, so I'll tell you what, in the next episode we will look at building the station here. We'll work out where we want to build the station in Colchester, and then subsequently in Potter's Bar. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so that's it for now. Cheers for watching, guys. This has been myself, Matt the Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series, and join me next time. More Transport Fever, where we're going to continue with our free game here, and we're going to connect up some more towns for some more passenger traffic. See you later, guys.